you know, at the Wachovia. It's amazing how we see young people coming up to us to ask for autographs. And the beauty about, I think the Flyers are, they're very good at promoting the Stanley Cup teams because young people are reacting. It's incredible.
Do you think there'll ever be another team like the Broad Street Bullies?
Well, let's hope so, but I don't know if they'll be as good looking as we were.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to top. All right, Bernie Perron, great to have you back on It's Your Call. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Let's go Flyers.
Okay, let's go. All right, so we're going to give our viewers now a chance to tell us what you think. What's your greatest memory of the Broad Street Bullies of that particular era? I'm talking about the 70s. What made them such a great team, and do you think a team like that could be recreated today? I want to know what you think because I know people who are Flyers fans or hockey fans in general have a great passion for this sport. So email your thoughts or your opinions to me. A couple of different ways you can do it. Log on to csnphilly.com. That's Comcast Sportsnet Philly. Then put in It's Your Call or IYC under our search title. That'll take you to my webpage where you can leave me a comment. Or if you'd like, you can email me directly right here at the show. And I am at lynn@lynndoyle.net. If you want to share that story, you can also go to Facebook, MySpace, or YouTube. We're going to share some of those comments coming up in just a minute. Right now, though, I'm adding a new guest to the show. Joining us with his take and his memories of the Bullies down on Broad Street is Kevin Scholla. He's a Philadelphia sports anchor and announcer. Kevin, good to have you with us.
Lynn, thanks for having me.
So here you are sitting with Dorney, listening to Bernie on the telephone. Is it bringing back great memories for you?
Well, I think, you know, you hear how they joke around, you know, talking about stopping a watermelon and saying, you know, no one will be as good looking as us. I mean, still today, you know, the bravado, the braggadocio is there, and the camaraderie, and I think that is what made that team so special, you know, for those 2 years and before that, you know, the year before they won, because the way they all characters on and off the ice.
There were characters on and off the ice, but there was a lot of criticism and controversy surrounding those characters as well, including how aggressive those characters played when they were in a game.
Well, and I mean, the moniker, you get that moniker, Broad Street Bullies, right away. I mean, you're painted before a game even starts, you know, from the official standpoint, from fans, you know, are these guys dirty? Look, you can't win 2 Stanley Cups unless you're skilled. You can't win in any sport unless you're skilled. So were they aggressive? Were they tough? Did they knock people around? Absolutely. But these were players, too.
So do you consider yourself skilled or dirty?
I was never dirty. I mean, elbowing isn't dirty. If I was going to categorize the way I played, it would be aggressive. If the opportunity presented itself to dislodge somebody from the puck, I would do that.
Was it a fair criticism when other fans in other cities said, you know, the Bullies play dirty, they're too rough, they're in the penalty box more than they're on the ice? Was that a fair criticism at the time?
Maybe, but let me put it to you this way. I have never, ever heard one owner away from Philadelphia ever criticize our team, because you know why? The building was full when the Flyers played, and that was money in their pocket. So they welcomed to have the Flyers come in because they knew that they were going to have a full house. If
hockey players continued that kind of style of play today, would they be criticized, or would we be filling the seats?
Well, the rules have changed. There's no more brawling. There's more suspensions. And it's, I think it's more difficult now to have a good hit because players are skaters, and you know they're very quick. And if you don't, if you line somebody up, the next thing you know, they're by you, and so you don't always have an opportunity to finish a check.
No, it's interesting because some people who watch hockey today say it's still too rough. That the old adage, you know, I went to a, you know, a fight in a hockey game broke out, or vice versa, whatever it is. But I mean, some people say that the rules still haven't been refined enough, that it's still a dangerous sport.
It's a rough
Certainly
game.
Nothing compared to when these guys were playing.
No, different time, different game, but still a rough game, no doubt about that. But as far as having a team like the Broad Street Bullies again, they're unique. Let's put it that way. Could you have a team? You got to remember, not only did they have this tough style, but they also won. So you could have this style, but you have to go out there and do it too. They delivered.
Absolutely. So well, they're going to deliver more in just a minute, but I have to take a quick break. We are talking about the Broad Street Bullies of the 70s because they are now the focus of a brand new HBO documentary, which is available soon. We are giving you a chance to relive some of those memories. We're going to give you a chance to share some of them and talk with our guest here in just a minute. We got to take a quick break. Stay with us. Our reminiscing continues here on It's Your Call.
Transportation for It's Your Call guests provided by Preferred Car and Limousine.
You get the usual death threats and chocolate bars thrown at me and stuff. It was good. I loved that. Isn't that they're supposed to hate you, right? If you don't do anything for them to dislike you, then you're not much of an opponent.
Of course, that is Bobby Clark, who was the captain of the so-called Broad Street Bullies, and he is the Flyers' all-time scoring leader. He's featured in a new HBO documentary that focuses on the hockey team of the 70s. We're focusing on it on this edition of It's Your Call, and we have a special guest here. Gary Dornhofer, as you know him as Dorney, is here telling us about his experiences and his recollections. We also have sports anchor Kevin Schola with us as well. We're going to go to the telephone lines right now, though, because we've given you an opportunity to call in with maybe some of your favorite memories or questions or comments for Dorney. So let's go to the phones now and speak with Linda. Hey, Linda, how are you?
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So were you a fan of the Broad Street Bullies in the 70s?
Oh, absolutely. I was a huge fan. We would, my best friend's dad was the Flyers advertising agent, so we got to many a game. And so we were there a lot, so we sat right behind the Flyers bench, so we got to get up close and personal. And actually, Gary Dornhofer was one of my favorite players.
Oh, and look at that, there he is.
So when I heard he was going to be on your show, I was like super excited.
Do you have a question or a comment for him, or a memory of that time you'd like to share with him?
Many memories. I guess one question I do have is that I guess now that he's played in so many championships, now that he has a chance now to watch the current Flyers in the playoffs. Okay. How does he feel now watching from the stands, I guess?
I have a hard time watching.
I would imagine.
You know, I get frustrated with the officiating, and I won't say any more than that. But so, listening, I can do that, but watching the game is very difficult for me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What was it about Dorney that you appreciated so much as a Flyers fan?
I guess I always thought he was like the unsung hero. Like he wasn't like the Bobby Clark, but he did so much for the team. I guess especially the one memory I think of is the Stanley Cup playoffs when he scored in overtime against the Minnesota North Stars, and we put us ahead. So that was pretty cool.
Now there's a fan.
Thank you, Linda. The check's in the mail. All right.
I want you to know that I have many souvenirs of my most prized possession is I have one of your hockey sticks. I don't know how I got it.
And you don't need to tell us. It's okay, it's a secret.
But I still have it, and I show it to like all my nephews and nieces when they come over and they talk about the Flyers. So I think
that's cool.
That's my favorite little souvenir. So
well, great. Thanks a lot, Linda.
Yeah, so it's great talking to you. I'm excited that I got a chance to talk to you after all these years.
Well, thanks very much. We appreciate the call.
Thanks.
All right. So, Dorney, when you hear something like that, how do you feel?
Well, it's nice to be recognized by the people that we perform for, because believe me, we had the type of team that enjoyed the competition. And one of the statements that we made very early as a team is never be outworked. And